Welcome back to our vintage playthrough episode 26. I'm just up here inspecting our greenhouses. So they're actually both out of water, and I think it's time we put in that pump that I was telling everybody about. And I got it right here. It's $3,000. And again, it's not like it's completely cheating. It's still something that would be legit in real life. You could, pump water directly to your greenhouses. I don't think this is going to be able to go to the cow pens, even though that would still seem like it would be fine as well. Free place there. Like that. And now if we go to our production chain, we got plenty of groundwater, and now we got the outgoing. So what we're gonna have to do is change this to distributing. And that should start running water over to our greenhouses. I might have to click on the hour, I'm guessing. I was looking at also how we're going to use the fertilizer. We can obviously use it here. Well, we need seeds if we're going to use it on that one. But this open air garden is actually putting out quite a bit of product. And I think it would get that's just with water. So I think we might just leave that as is and run that one on water. But the other one here, the one with the corn, is a little bit slower. So we're going to go ahead and switch that one to the manure. And again, we'll see if the water starts coming in. It should. So we'll just have to keep the manure and straw topped up on that. We don't have to worry about water then. That'll be nice. And yeah, like I said, I don't think it's going to pipe directly to our animals. I guess we'll check those two when it clicks over on the hour. Kind of unfortunate, so that means we might have to keep our thing, but we won't have to top it up so much. The animals really don't take that much. Thank God. It gets to be a lot of work. Let me put some... I guess it ain't too bad. Let's put some grass texture in here so it looks a little bit more realistic. Or maybe this one would look better. Just something so it's not so obvious. A little more realistic. Something like that. That's a little bit better. Yeah, so we did get peas have spawned in the pallet. We got our carrots, still have some potatoes. We may just save these potatoes and throw them in our shed for the pigs. And again, we got some peas here. Like I said, that's a lot of product coming out. And I think that we'll be fine with just the just using water on this. So we really won't have to worry about this one at all, which will be very helpful. In today's episode, we are going to get the wood picked up over here. We got to actually start getting this field made. And I was actually thinking when I was editing the other episode, we should consider taking these two out as well, because then it would really square it off a little bit better than we're not. That makes a big difference, just getting rid of those two trees. And then we can come straight down. I think that's worth it. So we'll probably do that. Our hay, or I should say, yeah, our grass field here is ready to cut again as well. Yep, ready to harvest. Final stage. I think I'll try actually doing that on a worker. So let's grab the other tractor. The farm all here. And we'll grab the cutter. And I'll put it off on a worker and see how good they do. Because we'll have to rake it anyway regardless, so it doesn't really matter how they do it, as long as they get it cut. And then we can take care of the wood while they do that. I mean, come back over and get her raked, and we'll probably end up bailing on the next episode. See how it goes. We'll see if they get jammed up at all. Let's look at the plan. That seems like it should be alright. They should know that the work position's on the right. Let's see how good they do with that, because I'm really curious if they would be fine here. Looks like they should be alright. Yeah, we used we sold our pigs on the last episode, and I was like, well, why don't we use this for growing wood in it? I think it would work out pretty good. So we also actually have to get the stump grinder too to take care of these stumps before we can actually plow and all that good stuff. It's gonna take some time to pack all these in here. Yeah, see, we missed a branch here. There we go. Still have to get through the doorway. At least I think this would work better than our flatbed. Oh yeah, there's another branch there. There's gonna be all kinds of them like this. There we got it. Yeah, we actually have like a full day here. Or a full episode if I have to do those other two trees too. And I know the time lapses don't look that good when you're doing tree cutting, so I actually, when I did the last episode, I actually cut a little bit of it out because it was kind of like making you dizzy. And it's not really nice to watch. And then if you do it too slow, then it takes forever. I suppose we could use the truck too, but then it's hard to get it in the back of the... Yeah, that's getting big there. Let's get these little ones picked up. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of little sticks. Especially on those other trees that have a lot of limbs. I wonder if I shouldn't... We should probably rent the stump grinder right away, otherwise we're going to lose where they're at and we're going to end up hitting them. Lose track of them, you know, can't remember what you have. Let's saw this in half. It's ridiculously long. But we only have 2 tractors too, so I'll have to unhook the trailer to go do that. Is that gonna work? We'll try that. I think we'll get 1 load sold here, then we'll start a time lapse. Or maybe I should just do a fade cut. Just keep it the same and then fade it. That works pretty well as well. Can we just toss this in? There we go. Oh no. I'll do that when I close the back. Yeah, we'll rent the stump grinder right away. I'll unhook this and then... Kinda hard to see. I could also go ahead and paint. Now we can kind of see... Oops, I hit it again. Now we can kind of see where the stumps are if we paint it. Maybe that would be better. And we'll do them all at once. So grab the paint tool and we'll just paint some around it like that and we know exactly where it's at. Yeah, the little ones don't leave stumps, so we should be alright there. I'll go ahead and cut these. And then... Yeah, there was one here. Might as well get rid of these too. It's so hard to see. Trying to be a little careful with it because I don't want it to be, you know, too unrealistic. But I want to make sure we're getting them too. I'll just paint around the whole tree. Then there ain't any question of what's left. We're gonna miss twigs otherwise. I don't know which way these are gonna fall yet. I guess we can make them fall inside this way. All on how we point our chainsaw. If you didn't know, whichever way you cut it towards is the way it's gonna fall. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, we'll get on this, I guess. Let's go ahead and... Oh, okay, they're still doing... Looks like they got it covered over there. Good. I may put that off the rake off too, just see how they do it. Maybe it'll be alright. Let's go dump the first load. We'll throw this little tree on, I guess. Oh, there is a stump here. We're gonna have to cut this in half. I guess we lost a little bit now. If we waited till August, the price goes up, but it's... I don't think we're gonna get much anyway. The best price is... the sawmill. Let's go over the sawmill. I don't think we've been there yet in this series. Which way? Way over there. It'll be a bit of a drive. It'd be nice to get out and see more of the map. Looks like we're still waiting on the greenhouses to click over because everything's dead yet. We're gonna cut through the back roads. Seems like this trailer holds the wood pretty well. Yeah, depending on what the price is for this load, we may just go to that biomass heating plant. Because for the how far we got to drive to get to this one, is it really going to be worth extra? What is it? You know, maybe $100 if you're lucky. And we got a lot of trees to pick up yet, and then I want to get those other 2 down. And I do want to get the whole field drilled, so it's going to take some time to do that. But like I said, it's nice to get out here a little bit and see the rest of the map from a different perspective. Spent a lot of time on the home farm area. You don't get to see the countryside. Looks like here on the left, a tornado came through here, wreaking havoc. Here we are, sawmill. We'll see what we get. Should we take a guess? I'm gonna say, 1,000 max. There's no way it's worth more than 1,000. I think there's a sell button. I guess it's over here. There it is. Here we go. Wow, $2,000. That actually took me for a surprise. Let's look at the difference again here. But yeah, the difference is only, it's about $100, like I said. But multiplied by, I don't know. We got a lot to do. I think I'll probably take a load during the time lapse to the biomass heating plant. We'll see what we get out of there. And if I feel like it's too little, I'll swing back up here. But let's go ahead and get to it. All right, looks like we ended up with, for sold wood, at 9,895. Pretty good. So we'll get back, we'll drop off this trailer, and then we will rent a stump grinder. We'll take care of those stumps, and we'll see what we can get for a plow. So we can get to work on that. Oh, I also went ahead and went in the menu. I forgot to turn on the actual water distribution, but they are working right now. So those are topped up. We don't have to worry about that. Like I said, it's not going to do the animals, I don't think. No, it is not. So we will have to keep our trailer and top up the animals when we need it. Sun's going down here too. The worker also gave us trouble on the raking, so we're going to have to do that. We'll do that in the next episode. We'll just take care of, yeah, I got to park this trailer. We'll just take care of the stumps here. And then I think we're probably going to have to take a nap before we get onto the plowing. This trailer worked pretty good for the wood. Let's take a look at the stump grinders. Or would the mulcher work better? Stump cutters. 27,000. Let's just go ahead and lease this. $1,300. Alright, here we go. I guess I didn't even look at the power requirements. I'm hoping it's low enough. 90 horsepower. There we go. Greenhouses have their grow lights on, the warm lights. Yeah, once the sun went over that hill, it got really dark here, so let's just hope we can see everything. Another reason why we painted the area around it so we can tell exactly where it's at. Hopefully these go, because sometimes we have issues with the stump grinders when it comes to the hit boxes on the stumps. There we go. That went pretty good there. There's no wood chips flying. There we go, gone. Oh, there's a little piece there. There. Going pretty good. I think they might have fixed that because I think there was issues with that before. Again, the animation for the sawdust is like gone. I mean, that's just we cut it really low. Oop, now we're having trouble. There we go. Okay, so that's that. Another one here. I think this is the last one. Okay, let's take a look and make sure we are good. I'll drive through this way again with the lights. That appears to be everything. Alright, so we will return the stump grinder here. And then we shall take a nap. And then we'll see what we can get for a plow. I don't think it's going to be able to be very big, unfortunately. I'm thinking if we let did the corn all spawn over there? Maybe there's just always one that, yeah, because how much, this is 2,000. I guess it's not to 2,000 yet. I'm thinking once the trigger, or the spawn area gets full, then we'll start filling the spout area, is my guess. Okay, so what can we get for a plow this morning? So it looks like we can only get this guy here, the blue one, the second one. So at least it's bigger than the first. 140, if we go with the biggest, hopefully, yeah, so we got to go to 5. That requires 140. Let's go design. I actually like the first design better. 2.5 meters. So let's go ahead and lease that. 816. And I'm hoping the tractor can handle the weight. We do have all the weight we can on the front. So we'll see what happens here. And then we'll get a good outline. And we'll see what we're working with. Alright, moment of truth. It should be able to handle it. I don't know why it wouldn't. Just gets a little worrisome when you got that weight on the back. Piece of cake. I think we'll come back to the corner area here. And I gotta plan this out. Get a good aerial view again to check out. We will be doing an outline. Yeah, so we'll kinda... I'll leave a little buffer, more than we did up here. On this side, and then we'll come around. We'll just go ahead and... I like the rounded edges. We'll try to go for a rounded edge and come down. And then we'll round... How steep is that area? It should be alright. Then we'll just round here. Yeah, and then round back through here. Should be alright here. So we need... Allow create fields. I guess we'll start about right in here. Try to be pretty cautious with this. I'm gonna stay in third person because in first it's you can't see what you're doing. I don't want to make a mistake doing this. Because I notice when you paint back over the areas to get rid of a field, it doesn't, it still stays on the PDA for some reason that it's, I suppose you'd have to, I don't know, how would you get rid of that? Okay, let's round. And then we'll round in again here. Stay a little ways away from the woods. Keep it somewhat straight here. It's going to be a pretty big field. I think it'll be our biggest one. Definitely get a decent yield off it, that's for sure. And again, we will do like wheat or barley. Okay, where's that road? It's a little ways down here yet. Round it in. Put some more grass along the side of this one. It's getting a little close there. Now this part here is tricky because I want it to come out a little bit to the road. We might have to lift up here, I think. Otherwise it's going to whip out. We do that. And then we'll come back this way. Something like this. And there we go. How does that look? Do an aerial view of that. I don't know if I'm too happy with this. This could probably round a little bit better there. That looks alright up there. Those two look pretty good there. Let's do a little more work down here. Kind of want it to come out to the road a little bit more than that. Maybe on this end. Okay. I guess it's going to be a little more squared off than I wanted here. It just doesn't look right if we don't do it. That actually, I think that worked. Do something like that. Got a little close to our... We can change our field road there too, but it's kind of nice to have it straight in. Let's give that a shot. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we will do a time lapse, and then we'll see you after the field is complete. Nice thing that's kind of with this plow, once you get it started, you can see if we just keep our left tire in that track. I mean, it's not very straight. If it was straighter, we'd get a lot more speed here, but definitely a bumpy ride through here. I'll take a look at the final result, see what we got to work with. We'll do a little comparison to the other fields too, I suppose. I'm pretty sure it's the biggest field we got. Okay, I think that is it. Let's go ahead and... Oh, we gotta go this way to fold it. It doesn't matter because we gotta return it. Let's take a look. Fly over here. Make sure we got everything. I think that's about as good as we're gonna do for the corner. That is a nice field. That is very nice. Wow. Just looking at that. Crazy. I would say that's got to be our biggest field. Yeah, easily. Wow. First expansion of the farm. Like I said, we'll put wheat or barley in there. Let's go ahead and return this plow. Yeah, the leasing cost was for the whole month of July was $21.93. Not bad at all. The wood definitely paid for all that. Looks like we're going to, yeah, we're going to need lime. We'll have to get all that lime to get that ready. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and lime it. We got a bunch stocked in our shed for this. And then, like I said, we'll get the wheat or barley planted in this field. And then we'll get our grass field taken care of as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.